Okay, so another update here. I've done a bit more work on this hillside. I've been putting some bits of foliage, done some other painting details, weathering, trying to get it look a little bit more authentic. I will keep tweaking it as I go along. I've also done sculptor mould all the way along on the sides here, along this side, basically all over. And then with the bridge, as you can see, if I get in close there, looking quite good. I've got these rocks in there now, so that spire is all painted. I think I did show that briefly in the previous video. I've actually also been using some of the woodland scenics realistic water, which kind of just ran down, but I wanted it to run down to make it look like a stream water running down. And then what I'm hoping to do is to use this stuff from Bush, where I can actually get the actual splashes maybe coming off the rocks. I'll give that a go, try with some of that. But yeah, and I've actually put some foliage around, and I'll put some more all around as well. So yeah, I can get some. I think the next thing I will do will probably be painting the sculptor mould as the base coat. And what I'm hoping to do is to take this sand. I did order red sand, but for some reason they sent me the wrong. So I'm going to get food colouring and trying to colour the sand so it's got a more of a reddy tint. And then I'm going to PVA on top of the sculptor mould, and then sprinkle the red sand over the top to try and get it to look more like that back scene, so that it matches as well as I can. So I'm going to use sand. I was hoping to get red sand, but it seems to be in short supply at the moment. But I'm going to try and get some food colouring, and I'm going to try and stain the sand so it's got more of a reddy tint, so then it looks more like the back scene. And that will probably be the predominant colour with most of the rest of the layout, which, as you can see, is at the moment covered in all sorts of crap. But one step at a time. But I am making progress. But I am pleased with their bridge. I think it looks reasonably good. The staining went very well, and so it's just more and more details, gradually add them on. Okay, so next part of the layout is I'm going to paint this sculptor mould as an undercoat of a close colour to what I've done with the tunnel there, and also the under the bridge to match the back scene. I've tried colouring some sand because that's what I'm going to coat it with, hopefully. What I'll end up doing is probably doing that, and then maybe trying to get my airbrush going to spray it to get the colour closer to matching that back scene. I've tried colouring the sand with different things, but it's a bit much of a chore. I think it'll be easier just to spray it. So that's what I'm just about to do, is paint the sculpture. Okay, so I started off with this colour that I made up, which I thought, oh, that'd be good for a base. And then I've got this, which is a home base one called Earth Clay, which is close-ish, but I thought it was a little bit too light. And then I've got actually food colouring that I've made up, just dissolved some in water, and then I've added it to this pot just to darken that colour, the Earth Clay, slightly. And then I've got that, which, if I show it, I think I'll put a bit on there, and it's almost the same as that back scene. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to overpaint that that I've done already, and then continue with the rest. Probably overpaint the rock feature there under the bridge, so that then that will match that behind it. So I seem to be getting closer to the colouring, so they will match. So pretty pleased about that. Right, so I've had a go at trying to copy the colour from the back seat. Now if you look at that there, that's pretty close with what I've got there. The only trouble is I won't be able to replicate it once that lot of paint ran out. See, you've got quite a line there. But it's only the undercoat. There's still the sand scatter that's going to go over the top anyway. It's all looking very pink at the moment, but so not the pen too fast, I want to make you dizzy. So done that one, a little bit darker in that corner, but again, so it's just the undercoat. And then what I've done here, now this is sharp sand, and then I've used fencing preserver stain, the red cedar colour, put it to the sharp sand in a Ziploc bag, and then shook it up so it's coloured it. I mean, it's looking sort of more of a darker brown. But I think it's a good starting point. So what I'm going to have a go at is get some watered down PVA onto here, do a little section, and then I'll sprinkle that sand over it. And then I know it won't be the right colouring, but it'll be a good base layer. And then I can always have a go at spraying with my airbrush this colour back on top, try and blend it as well as possible. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so this segment is a couple of months from that last clip there. Reason being, as I showed you before, where all of a sudden I get a leak in the shed and things have to grind to a halt. Well, once again, all of this deluge of rain we've been getting this winter has caused me to have to stop for a little while to plug the leak, seal it up, try and get things dry in here again. Also, if you can see on that bit of back seam there, where it's actually where the damp came through, it's discoloured the back seam, so I've got to print off 3 more sheets and redo that. So the shed seems to be dry once again, so hopefully I can move forward. What I'll show you here is I've been putting in a lot more vegetation, bushwork, greenery, just trying to get things stuck in. Got more of the rocks along the side there, the smaller ones, they're in there as well, just to try and start to get the scenery a little bit more present on the layout. As I said before, let's say 3 more sheets of the back seam, which will hopefully clear that, make that good again. The colouring of the sculptor mould, I mean that's gone pretty well. I managed to recreate the colour again, and I've gone all the way around. You can see that side there, and then over here as well, because that was quite a bit darker on this corner, so that looks more like it as well. So that's taken me several attempts to get that colour right, as you well know, having seen the previous videos. It has taken a lot of trial and error to get that right, but it seems to be to get that colouring right is to use, if I use this, as I said before, this earthy clay, and then I've got this cheap bottle of paint, sort of a mustardy yellow colour you get in the range, and that mixed with that earthy clay seems to get it pretty close to this colour in here, so I can pretty much replicate that colour again when I need to. So that's as far as I've got here. I've put it on hold for a little bit, partly where I keep having to check to see that no more leaks have occurred, because it's, as you well know, it's forever raining. I think it must be going to be one of the wettest winters we've had. So I put this on hold, and I've actually gone back up into the loft, and I'm making some changes up there, which I will show you in the next video. So thanks for watching, and Happy New Year to everybody, all my subscribers. Hope you're staying safe in amongst all of this pandemic and this coronavirus. Let's keep safe, keep healthy, get vaccinated, and then we can hopefully move on to a more normal life. So thanks for coming back, and thank you to my new subscribers. Much appreciated. Thank you.